Well, hello there. You join me here in a place called Combe Martin on the northern side of Cornwall, Devon area. I only looked in on the local part of the map. I didn't go to the whole thing, so I'm not quite sure whether it's in Cornwall or Devon. Anyway, so that's Combe Martin over there. Nice little place by the looks of it. White painted buildings, grey slate roofs by the looks of it. Let's turn you around. Yeah, we've come to hide out of the weather. It's blowing an absolute gale, and we're sheltered here in this quiet little spot off of Combe Martin, which is on the north coast of the Bristol Channel. If you look on the map, quite near Bude. We went to a holiday. We went on holiday to Bude. We didn't quite come this far north on the coast, but we went to Padstow and visited Bude when we came out. And we also went to a little place called Tintagel, which is King Arthur of the Round Table. Merlin from that was supposed to have had a castle down that way anyway, or lived in that part of the castle, or something to do with the magic stuff that Merlin was supposed to have done. Anyway, it's absolutely freezing, and what a difference it makes from being off the Scilly Isles, or the Eastern Isles as they're also known. Yeah, we're way off there. Let's move over this way. Yeah, I don't know if you guys watch a lot of YouTube videos, but I watched a young farmer. Apparently the video had been on TikTok originally, then it made its way to Facebook, and then it appeared on YouTube. But yeah, this young farmer very eloquently put across the fact that cattle farming was actually sustainable. Rather than listening to the politicians who were saying that they're destroying the planet, well, he was saying, well, if you take the atmosphere, it's full of CO2, and if you take 10 molecules of CO2, the grass will absorb those 10 molecules of CO2 and turn them into carbohydrates. Yes, we've all heard of photosynthesis, haven't we? Anyway, so photosynthesis will turn the carbon into sugars and other things, but basically it's carbohydrates. The cow eats those carbohydrates, and those 10 molecules of CO2 that are inside that cow, one of them gets given off as meat. At the end of the day, when the cow is slaughtered, it goes off to meat. One of those molecules of CO2 will end up as meat. That meat goes into humans, and humans breathe out CO2. So that's that one molecule gone back into the atmosphere. Now, the cow breathes out 2 molecules of CO2. So that goes back into the atmosphere. And those breaths from the human and from the cow are not counted as emissions, it says. Anyway, it goes on to say how the other 7 molecules of CO2 leave the cow as a fart. And he said, as we all know, methane is broken down in the atmosphere due to weather, lightning, this, that and the other. But it's broken back down, back into water and carbon dioxide, which completes the carbon dioxide cycle. So those original 10 molecules of CO2 that were in the atmosphere went through a cow, and after a 12-year period, the methane broke down and turned back into CO2 and water. So it is perfectly acceptable. I guess the only answer really is to stop breeding. We have got to stop having so many children. We cannot sustain this number of people on the planet, I don't think. And so if the farmer only had, say for example, 10 cows at the beginning of a 12-year period and had 10 cows at the end of a 10-year period, 12-year period, sorry, he would still have the same number of cows and everything will be in equilibrium. The methane levels in the atmosphere won't go any higher. Yeah, so it's quite amazing, really, how some people can actually disseminate this information in a very interesting way. Unlike me, who's a bit boring and dull and crusty, being almost 60, I suppose. Anyway, so there we go. We're off Ilfracombe, which is, Ilfracombe is not that way, towards the front of the ship, and we're off of Combe Martin. We're anchor, of course. Being an anchor means that there's no fishing. When there's no fishing, there's not a lot for us to do apart from tidying, cleaning and painting. Apart from me, at the moment, I'm sorting out bilges. I hate bilges. We can't get the bilges to pump. There must be a valve open. There's a million valves down there, and we've got to check each one of them, and it's taking the time anyway. It's been quite a hard day today. I've actually, when I looked at my watch, I've actually climbed up 82 flights of stairs today, and I walked around 3 kilometres around the ship. So that's quite some going, isn't it? Anyway, so what else? I don't know what else to say really. There's not much else news for a Wednesday. So I've got the internet, which is rather good, and I've got my. I bought this this Scotty Mate stuff, gimbal accessory that makes the gimbal bounce up and down with the weather, and I'm getting used to it. I've made a few adjustments since my walk around York. And so we should see some 4D stabilisation with this little gimbal. So we'll see what happens in the future. But at the moment, the weather's just sometimes the wind yesterday evening was quite high, and it's quite. You can't get outside to film. Anyway, but yeah, the scientists have been catching their fish. They've been doing their bits for conservation, making sure that there's enough to go around. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. So that's happy Wednesday. And I'll catch you all on the next one. See ya. Bye then.